Hello friends, today we will going on to discuss about the next application of our power devices and that is used in UPS systems, that is uninterruptible power supplies. So before going to that system again, first of all, what is meant by that UPS? It is an uninterruptible power supply or source that provides the emergency AC power to the loads when input AC power gets failure or it is not that much good. Okay, so there are a few critical equipments, or we can say loads, such as like our computers or hospital equipments, then communication system, process control system, etc., which requires a good quality of power than the conventional equipments. Conventional equipments means what? For example, like fan. So in case of this conventional equipment, that is fan, uh, there is no need to worry about that much about the quality of that power supply in terms of, we can say, fluctuation in power supply, like in terms of its amplitude or frequency or harmonic content, etc. But these critical equipment do not sustain these things. That's why it is known as a critical equipments. Okay, so the quality of power supply, it must meet few certain specifications of such equipments or loads. So to maintain that quality, there is a need of, we can say, that UPS. So it is needed for such type of equipment because such a system does not tolerate large transients. Then we can say power outage, over or under voltage conditions, or large harmonic contains and fluctuations in the line frequency. Right. In such case of critical loads, the acceptable supply voltage variation, it is mostly plus minus of 3% of its nominal value, and the total harmonic distortion, that is THD, it is acceptable as, again, we can say, the plus minus 5%, while the tolerable supply frequency, it is in the range of plus minus zero point 0.5 hertz. Right. So to meet all these above conditions without power failure even for a moment, UPS, it is employed to feed such type of critical loads. Now, the classification of that UPS, basically it is divided into two types, as already it is shown, as an offline type of UPS and online type of UPS. Now again, there are subtypes like offline preferred type and offline interactive under this offline type, and under online type there is online preferred type. So offline UPS means what? When AC mains directly supplies the power to the critical loads and simultaneously it charges the battery, which is kept as a backup supply in case of that offline UPS. As well as, again, about that offline UPS, we can say uh, the inverter, it is synchronized with the mains and is operated only under mains failure. Means when that supply voltage gets failure, then and then the inverter used in such type of offline UPS, it is to be operated. Right. Then the changeover in case of this offline also, it takes place within 1/4 of cycles. Means whenever there is a failure of power supply, means power supply, the inverter, it should get activate within 1/4 of cycle. So if you try to calculate it in terms of time, then as we know, one complete cycle is of 20 millisecond. So within 5 millisecond, the inverter gets activated. Right. So there is no interruption to the power supply to such type of critical loads. So, or we can say that load do not get disturbed. While in case of online UPS, that power is continuously supplied to the critical load through the inverters of that UPS, irrespective of the mains conditions like over voltage, under voltage, frequency, too high or too low, etc. Is it? So whatever may be the condition of that AC mains, the load always gets power through the inverter in case of this online UPS. While in case of offline UPS, what happens? Whenever there is a power failure or power conditions are not good, then and then that inverter gets activated. Otherwise, that load get directly powered through the supply mains, right? So basically, this is the basic difference between that offline and online. So first of all, we will see in detail about that offline, and that first one is the preferred UPS. There are two types of offline UPS, that is preferred type and interactive type. So first one we will see, that is preferred type. The block diagram, it is shown over here. So see, there is AC mains of 230 volt RMS, we can say, of 50 Hertz. It is connected to the first static switch S1, which is it is written as a normally on. It is that AC mains, it is connected to the load through that static switch S1 continuously. That's why it is known as a or it is written as, it is normally in on condition. Parallelly, here you will observe the battery also gets charged up through this charge control unit. So there is a transformer, then control rectifier. Why these blocks are used? Because again you are familiar about and these blocks. This mains transformer, it is used to step down the voltage, and control rectifier means it may be thyristor base or it may be diode base, which is used to charge the battery. So here we can say, whenever that load will get power directly from mains, simultaneously this battery also gets charged up, correct? For example, 12 volt battery, or it may be a bank of battery, that will depend on the type of load or the total power consumption by this load. These things we will discuss in detail in the next video, right? So this static switch S1, it is normally, it is in on state whenever that power conditions are good. For example, in terms of its we can say voltage level, frequency, then content of harmonics, etc. Then this static switch, it remains on so that the load gets power directly through mains. Now if there is interruption in power supply or the mains gets failure, this static switch, it gets turn off automatically, and within that, already I told, within 1/4 of cycle, this static switch S2, it gets turn on, correct? This S1 gets off and S2 gets turn on. That S2, it is normally in off state whenever that load is powered through mains directly through the static switch S1. It is known as AVR also, automatic voltage regulator. So this static switch S1 is functioning to regulate the AC supply also, right now. So it regulates this AC mains, which is used to power the load. Now during power failure conditions, this S2 gets turned on within 5 milliseconds, and this battery, it gets connected to the load through various blocks like inverter circuit, then mains transformer, through static switch S2, like this. So what is the function of each block now over here? Now this battery, it is acting as a secondary source to power the load, but battery is a DC source, right? This battery, it is a DC source which is charged through the DC converter previously whenever that supply conditions was good, right? Now this battery, it is acting as a secondary DC source, and that's why there is need of inverter, because our load is AC load. So to power this AC load, its supply voltage, it should be AC, and that's why that DC gets converted to AC through this inverter section. Already you learn about this inverter right now by using thyristors, how we can convert that DC to AC. Mostly Quasi-Scale inverters are preferred in such applications, and that converted AC through the transformer, it is coupled to the load, and that load gets power. Again, whenever there is availability of mains power supply, this input mains, automatically this static switch S2, it gets turned off, and static switch S1, it gets activate so that the power get delivered directly to the load, correct? And again charging of battery takes place like this. So the next type, it is offline interactive type. Now see, in offline interactive type you will observe again there is AVR, automatic voltage regulator, to regulate the supply voltage to its we can say proper values in terms of voltage, frequency, etc. It is connected to the again static switch S1, which is normally on, and that static switch S1 it will go on to power the that critical load through the line conditioners. Line conditioner means what? Again it will go on to maintain the supply conditions in terms of we can say its harmonic content, then deviation in frequency, deviation in amplitude, etc. At the same time, again over here also you will observe the secondary source, that is DC source battery, it will get charged up through the various blocks, charge controller, then AC to DC converters, etc., then step down transformer like this. Again same as that of previous type, preferred type, whenever that power gets failure or power conditions are not good from the main supply, then the static switch S1 it gets turned off and the DC power it is delivered to the inverter directly. That inverter will be able to convert that its input DC to AC, and that converted AC will get delivered to the critical load through that line conditioners. And again whenever power conditions are okay in terms of voltage, frequency, harmonics, etc., then automatically this battery will get charged up. So this is the second type of that offline type, that is interactive offline. And the last one is online preferred UPS. Now irrespective of already during starting of this video already I told, irrespective of these supply conditions, that load, critical load, it will get always powered through the inverter. In case of offline inverter, what we discuss, whenever there is failure of power or supply conditions are not good, then and then that inverter gets activated. That means that critical load gets powered through inverter conditionally, is it? But in case of this online preferred UPS, always that load get power through inverter, correct? So you will observe again here, initially I forget about to title this block, but it is AC to DC converter, this block again. So that AC means it is connected to that AC to DC converter, which will going on to charge up the battery. At the same time it will going on to power this inverter section, is it? And through the static switch or automatic voltage regulator, that power through power conditioning unit, that critical load gets powered. Whenever there will be again failure of input supply, then the battery gets connected to inverter and load gets powered through secondary source, that is battery. It is like this, right? One more thing you will observe over here extra, that is static switch S2, it is normally in off state, correct? Now what is the use of this second static switch in this case? If there is any problem with the inverter, there may be a chance that inverter may get damaged or any another problem gets arise, then the static switch S2 gets turned on and the power get delivered to the critical load through power conditioning unit, right? So the power supply conditions and its care will be taken by this power conditioning unit, so that that critical load it will go on to function properly, right? So this is about this online preferred type UPS. So thank you.